What is the correct Iupac name for this compound? 2-methyl-buteene, 3-methyl-buteene, etc., etc. Organic naming is really confusing, so to make this more manageable, let's convert this into a Lewis structure first. And here we can see that doing so reveals different features of a molecule, mainly carbons and hydrogens. That's because the N's and the bens are carbons. Here we've got 3 N's and 2 bens, so 5 carbons total. The thing about carbon is that it has 4 bonds, but it's clear that only the purple carbon appears to have all 4. And very simply, that's because hydrogens make up the difference. We give each carbon as many hydrogens as it needs to meet its 4 bond requirement. And you may have noticed that the carbon which already showed 4 bonds has 4 minus 4 equals 0 hydrogens. So now that we have our molecule in its Lewis structure form, where we can see all the atoms, that makes it easier to name. Ignoring the numbers for a second, each of our answer choices have methyl and butene. Let's break this down. Firstly, a methyl is simply a CH3 group attached to the main chain, and bute means that we have a 4-carbon main chain, meaning that the longest consecutive connection of carbons is 4. Here specifically, I've written butane, meaning that all of our carbons are single bonded to each other. But remember, our molecule of interest is butene. Ene means that we have a double bond somewhere. Here we can see that there are 3 possible places to put the double bond with butene. So that begs the question, which of these is the correct place to put it relative to how we name our compound? Well, the double bond is in the middle, and we need to figure out if it's but2-ene or but3-ene. Figuring that out requires us to number the main chain, and no matter how we order our parent chain, the double bond is going to be between the second and third carbon. And very simply, we need to choose the lowest possible number, and that's 2, but2-ene, so we can cross out choices C and D. The funny thing is that it doesn't tell us which carbon's the 2 and which one's the 3, so we still haven't decided on an order for these numbers. That's going to be resolved with our methyl, the CH3 group. Since no matter the order, the double bond is 2 either way, the order we decide on must minimize the carbon number attaching the methyl. And since 2 is less than 3, we order the main chain from right to left. That means that we have a 2-methyl, and that the correct Iupac name for this molecule is 2-methyl-but2-ene. Naming this molecule, however, would be a little different because we've moved the double bond. As before, we identify the parent chain. The longest stretch of consecutive carbons is 4, but, and it has a double bond, ene. And for clarity's sake, we must include the double bond as part of our parent chain. And remember, we order the main chain to minimize our double bond, but1-ene as opposed to 4-ene. And the interesting part is that even though we have 2-methyl as an option, 3-methyl is actually correct because we've already ordered our chain, so our methyl essentially just is where it is.